WEFM, the clean, fresh sound.
WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
Alrighty, so good morning to everyone. We are back with you for another day, another Friday on WEFM, the clean first sound.
Good morning, Roleza. Good morning. Good morning to Nicole as well. Nicole, good morning.
Good morning. Bonjour, everybody. Hello.
How is everything? How is Carnival kicking up in Trinidad?
Looking nice. I went to the pan yards. Nice. I love my pan. So that is making me happy. But yeah, otherwise I don't know about the fets. I really don't know about the fets. But the pan yard and some of the other cultural things, I am happy.
All right, that's good. That's so things shaping up.
Things are shaping up. Marshall released a new song this week. People begging Bungie to come in.
What's the name of the song? Ensure.
Encore.
And
there's a whole big debate now about why Encore song. I like party. But now there's also a nice conversation. And I love when there's great debate going on. So there's a nice conversation going on about why, the justification, why it's an encore. And encore means again. So people saying party come back is the same thing. And he's like, yeah, I mean, if it's quite nice, do it twice. What I love about it, and it gives me chills, me nice chills, positive chills, is that Peter Minshall, the video opens with our iconic mass designer and creator, Peter Minshall. And his voice still resonates. It's still a strong voice in the carnival arena. And he says, Mr. Marshall, and the way he says it. And then Marshall says, Mr. Minshall, and there's that honor of title and calling these people by their names, So it's really a nice take. I like it. I also love Nadia Batson. And I'll tell you this, I have a weak spot for her because she went to the same school that I went to. And she has a lovely, lovely song. I can't remember the name of it, but it's telling you, take care of whatever I lend you because it's the only one I have. And it really is, it comes, even though it's soca and all that, it still brings a lot of life lessons inside of there. So yes, you asked me a question and I'm going. Sorry about that. Good morning.
But even as you're talking about songs though, there's a song that I really, really love. I know the song for Nadia that you're talking about, but I was hoping that, well, not the Nadia song, the song that I was thinking of that we had it, but Full Blown Respectfully Yours.
Oh yes, and if I love those two young men. You studied number,
and it pays tribute to the song "I Get Wet." Dun 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 dun. I get right.
Actually 80. Do you know that Edwin Ayong, Crazy, is actually in his 80s now?
I'm surprised. I know Crazy since I bought.
Everybody know Crazy. Edwin Ayong is in his 80s now. I am of Calypso.
I
what's related to Crazy?
No, the song I'm talking about. That's what I got excited about. I wasn't fighting this on our halls, but Maka has it.
So I have Calypso in my blood. I have an uncle who is a Calypsonian. So I do have Calypso in my blood, right? My aunt got married to a Calypsonian. So the truth is, I mean, anytime you think of Calypso, I grew up with people like, I grew up knowing Shadow. Shadow used to come on my street because his producer, Art Decoto, was actually living on my street. So I have been raised inside of the Calypso space, and I'm loving the Calypso, that the songs that are out this year for the social commentary, particularly for Skinner Park. I cannot wait.
Okay. All right. So things are shaping up. That song before the morning out, eh?
Please do. I love it. And Full Blown has a lovely history. I don't know if you've ever seen their discography, but they have a catalog of music. They've written songs for Kes, Marshall, I think Bungie, but they have written some major hits. And last year I went to a carnival fete at QRC, and they actually it was Marshall's concert, and he brought them on. But before he brought them on, he had them like, he introduced them, and then what they did was they played a beat. And then they kept singing all the songs that they had actually written, like just a quick line from each song.
I saw
And
that video. Uh-huh.
yeah, and everybody was agape, because it's like, wow, you guys have been really at it, And their grandfather was an iconic sport legend in Trinidad and Tobago, Eddie Hart. And he passed away last week, actually, he passed away at the beginning of the year, and his funeral was last week. So, I mean, sometimes when you know somebody and then you know their whole history, and you probably saw them playing football in the park in Takarigo, because I know their grandfather as well. So it's like, all of these things come back now, and the dots are connected. The dots always connect.
All right.
All right.
So that was our updates with regards to what's happening in Trinidad for Carnival. All right.
Something nice to talk about. Oh, what? Nice-ish.
All right. So let's
So Lisa, there was an incident.
but we tell people morning, by the way. We did?
Not really.
All right. Hopefully we did. In case we didn't.
We did it.
We have manners. We have manners. Good morning, everybody. All right. That's Maka.
Yeah, there was an incident that happened, I think is over the weekend. I believe it's over the weekend, with a lady heading down to Buckerman Beach. And she get in a altercation. Huh?
Oh, it's a Buckerman Beach, but go ahead.
Buckerman Beach, right? She get an altercation with the security. So we want to play the video. If we could ask persons to just join the live, we want to play the video and hear your thoughts on it.
Pull. Good day. You're locals, right?
From Long Island, from U.S. So wait. If I was a local, what are you going to tell me?
I'm asking you if you're a local.
Why? Yeah, but why?
Eh?
Why are you asking me if I'm a local? I'm going to public beach. Why are you asking me if I'm a local?
Because I'm trying to separate the local from the
What?
tourists.
Why? That's how they do it here?
Yeah.
They separate the locals?
To keep a check of you.
Why?
That's what we're doing.
Why? Why would you know, my brother, listen, you know you have a job and you try to protect yourself, and they have you all doing this. This is a public beach that I have access to, as long as I don't go on their property. So I don't want anybody telling me about if I'm a local, if I'm a native. And you must realize that they're Ralph in power now, where the Sanders and pull this down here. Because I will go to New York and I'll blast their on Facebook and Instagram.
That's your problem, man. Mama, just do my job.
Don't tell me that's stupid to talk to me nonsense if I'm local. Let's tell him about if I'm local. So if I'm local, I can't use the public beach.
Oh boy, what's your thoughts on that? You see, my thoughts on this, right? The security guard is doing his job. That is one. Two, normally when you carry people on, 2 weeks ago I carried some people on the beach, and
Specifically, it's the beach by Sandals?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? And when you get to that same gate that you saw in the video, security guards are there and they ask you if you're going on the beach. Right? And most likely people say yes, they're going on the beach. The security guard makes sure he tell the people that if you're going on the beach, you cannot use their beach chairs and the bar, etc. Right? So this lady in this case, I think she is wrong.
I think it's how it started off.
Because
he's asking if she's local.
If she's local or not.
So, yeah, I think it's how he started because let's say she's just a black foreign. Who you carried? They were white. They were white.
There was persons from the cruise ship.
They were white visitors?
Yes.
Okay. So in this case, because she's black, he tried to make the differentiation whether she was a black tourist or a black Vincentian, right? And starting off by asking if she's local is where he went wrong, right? I do understand that a lot of these security guards find themselves in a difficult position. And I'm not saying that their job is easy because of the fact that they are given orders. It's the same like how we have security guards by stores, etc., where we sometimes think that they act as if they're on the business. I think because of the orders that they're given, and the orders in this case for the security guard, they may have been, all right, so to tell the visit, well, I don't know exactly what the wording is. And my other concern is, what is it that the security guards are being told in terms of what is the messaging that they're supposed to say to convey to persons, and if the messaging that they receive is actually how they are putting over the message, because you could hear me say something, but you put it over in the wrong way, right? I think a lot of the times that the problem lies in how the message is delivered, not so much in terms of exactly that they don't want for locals to use the amenities, because that is what it is. Sandals wouldn't want for them to use persons not staying at the resort. They would not want for persons to use the amenities such as beaches, etc., as you pointed out. But you can't make it seem as if that there is some sort of segregation because it's a public beach, and all Vincentians have access to the public beaches.
To me, this lady, like, she come with a vengeance to get in something with somebody.
So you don't think by starting off by asking me if I'm a local that I somehow I might feel as if that there is that segregation?
Well,
if I wasn't local and I dropped the American accent, I could fake an accent very well if they wanted me to, right? Would it have been a different, or would he have treated or interacted with me differently if I was a black visitor?
Well, what is the problem if he asks if she's a local or not?
But why ask if she's a local? All he had to say, in my opinion, right? All he had to say was, okay, we welcome you to the beach. If you are a local, but if she's coming through that gate, it means that she is visiting the beach.
Exactly.
Right? She's not there. So all he had to say, well, welcome to the beach. We encourage you to use the beach. You do have access to the beach, but please do not use the amenities that belong to the resort. Right? I think it's how the message is conveyed.
But another thing though, where the politics come in?
Right. So yeah. As it goes with many persons, I really do have an issue with them bringing politics into everything. I don't see why reference needs to be made to the former administration and why reference needs to be made to the new administration. But people do want to insert
But
politics.
if you notice, this lady have taken out her phone from since she come across the bridge.
Yeah, it seems as if she had, because when I looked at another video for her, it seems as if there may have been past experience, right? So she was on the defensive from the start, and it's the same with. There was another video that she showed of another lady, this one of a female security, and the security is asking her, well, why are you filming me? And the security has a right to ask that question, because if they're having an interaction, it did not need to be recorded.
Right.
I suppose my concern is. And I was looking to see the person who posted it is somebody sent here. I was looking to see what the comments were, but I noticed that 300 and something persons shared it. And I'm wondering if this is an issue that is being faced by many persons, because that's why we have the title, Are Vincentians Still Facing This Challenge, right? Because is it a case where many persons encounter security guards acting that way towards them when they go to that beach? And how prevalent is it? We've heard of it happening in the Grenadines before, right? Especially in Canouan, we've heard of it happening before. But when it comes to beaches here in SVG, everyone has access. Locals have access. But it's just that you have to respect the facilities that you are using or you have gone to, right? Nicole, I know that you wanted to chime in. We will see if we could do so at 7:45. I just need to confirm if we have it live this morning, but we would do so at just after 7:45. All right. We do have to head on out because it's quickly approaching 7:35, and it is for us to bring to you this morning's traffic talk. All right. So we will be back in a few with this particular topic. This is Activated Mornings here on WEFM
99.9 WEFM.
Building construction and maintenance presents its